Students are requested to remain seated. All members of the audience are requested to remain seated. Kindly take your positions as we are about to commence the convocation ceremony. Hello. Invitees, students, and all members of the audience are requested to rise as the academic procession is arriving. members of the audience are requested to take their seats. May I now invite Professor Dr. Vijender Kumar, Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University, to deliver the welcome address and present the report of the University.
Honorable Sri Justice Bhushan R. Gavi, Judge Supreme Court of India, and the Chancellor of the University, I extend a warm welcome to Your Lordship. Your Lordship is an eminent legal luminary with a career marked with integrity and dedication. Your Lordship's commitment to upholding the rule of law and ensuring justice for all has earned him widespread admiration. We are thankful for Your Lordship's constant and invaluable guidance in building this university since its inception. We are honored to have with us Honorable Sri Justice Vikram Nath, Judge Supreme Court of India, as the chief guest of the convocation. My immense gratitude to Honorable Sri Justice Vikram Nath for accepting our request to deliver the convocation address. Your Lordship stands out as an inspiration for aspiring lawyers by promoting integrity, fairness, and compassion. We are honored to have you here as chief guest of the day, and we welcome Your Lordship to this solemn academic event. We eagerly await to listen to Your Lordship's address. We are also honored to have with us Honorable Sri Justice Sharad Arvind Bobde, former Chief Justice of India, Founder Chancellor, and Professor Emeritus of this university. I am delighted to welcome our beloved founder, Chancellor of the university, who stands as a pillar of support for us through all ups and downs. I extend a hearty welcome to Honorable Sri Justice Devendra Kumar Upadhyay, Chief Justice, High Court of Bombay and Pro-Chancellor of the University, Honorable Sri Justice V.S. Sirpurkar, former Judge, Supreme Court of India, Honorable Sri Justice Atul S. Chandurkar, Judge, High Court of Bombay, Honorable Sri Justice Nitin Sambre, Administrative Judge, High Court of Bombay, Bench at Nagpur, Honorable Sri Justice Anil S. Kilor, Judge, High Court of Bombay, Bench at Nagpur, other Honorable Judges sitting and retired of High Court of Bombay, Honorable Members of the statutory bodies of the University, Brothers and Sister Vice Chancellors and Directors, Sri Rahul Pandey, State Information Commission, Nagpur Bench, Registrars of the High Court of Bombay, Principal District Judges and District Judges, Presidents, Secretaries and Office Bearers of High Court Bar Association and District Court Bar Association, Nagpur, Member of the State Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa, Divisional Commissioner, District Commissioner, Police Commissioner and Municipal Commissioner of Nagpur, Officers of PWD, MSc, DCL, MEDA and NMRDA, donors to the university, invitees, parents, electronic and print media personnel, last but not the least, faculty members, non-teaching staff, and dear students. On behalf of the university, I extend a warm welcome to each one of you gathered here to celebrate this momentous occasion. This day marks a significant milestone in the academic journey of our graduates. It is a culmination of years of their hard work and dedication. Moving forward with a sense of satisfaction, let me now turn on to the progress report of the university, which encompasses benchmarks set up by the faculties and students in teaching and research. I am delighted to share that on the research front, the university has received funding from Indian Council of Social Science Research, New Delhi, for 2 projects, and these projects are in underway. The university is privileged to receive the prestigious Fulbright Nehru Specialist Program for the academic year 2023-24. The program grants the university an opportunity to host US experts in the field of socio-legal studies, fostering enriching collaborations and knowledge exchange on reciprocal basis. I am delighted to put on record that 5 universities from USA, including University of California, Florida International University, and Pennsylvania State University, have submitted their expression of interest to be a part of this program. A scholar from one of the universities is in the process of visiting the university soon, who will stay with us for a period of 3 months. Alongside these research endeavors, the university proudly released Volume 5, Number 3, and Volume 6, Number 1 of its flagship research journal known as MNLU Nagpur Contemporary Law Review, stimulating innovative their interdisciplinary research initiatives. I am proud to share that faculty members have significantly contributed to academia by their scholarly work in the form of research papers published in renowned journals and books. Their contribution encompasses an array of disciplines ranging from law, management, social sciences, and humanity. Further, the university successfully organized several national and international conferences and seminars, fostering intellectual dialogue and collaboration within our academic community. To name a few, a 2-day national seminar on changing contours of personal laws in India held in March 2023, a 2-day multidisciplinary international conference on law, logistics, and management in October 2023, a 1-day international conference on commercialization of intellectual property rights in October 23, a 2-day international seminar on rights to privacy and data protection in digital era in November 2023, and a 1-day national conference on intellectual property management in digital era in January 2024. These events exemplify our commitment to foster intellectual exchange and stay at the forefront of emerging legal and academic domain. In addition to our research projects, conferences, and seminars, as part of our commitment to continued learning and professional growth, the university conducted numerous faculty development programs, refresher courses, and workshops in collaboration with other institutions of higher education, such as Rajiv Gandhi National University of Law, Patiala, Devi Ahilya Vishwavidyalaya, Indore. Among the various activities undertaken at the university, a notable event that merits attention is the extra credit course on affirmative action under the Constitution offered by the former Chief Justice of India, Honorable Sri Justice Uday Umesh Lalit, who is also a distinguished professor at the university. Further, we are honored to have Honorable Sri Justice B.P. Dharmadhikari, former Chief Justice, High Court of Bombay, Honorable Sri Justice R.C. Chauhan, and Honorable Sri Justice R.K. Deshpande, former judges of High Court of Bombay, as professors of practice at the university. Throughout the academic year, the university was actively involved in the various competitions and initiatives aimed at enhancing legal education and community engagement. Among these endeavors was the organization of second edition of our flagship moot, the second MNLU Nagpur National Moot Court Competition 2023, and the first edition of MNLU Nagpur National Commercial Mediation Competition 2023. These competitions are of utmost significance for a law university, as they serve as a platform for students to apply theoretical knowledge to practical scenario and prepare them for the real world. Moreover, the commendable efforts of the Legal Aid Committee and the Pro Bono Club emphasize our dedication towards social justice, as they tirelessly conducted legal aid awareness camps and street vendors engagement drive in nearby areas. Further, it fills me with immense pride to witness the active engagement of our students in various intellectual and extracurricular pursuits that not only enrich their individual experiences, but also contribute significantly to the overall growth of the university. From participating in moot court competition and engaging in spirited debates to honing their mediation and arbitration skills, our students exemplify the true sense of holistic education, and their active involvement in sports activities showcases their commitment to team spirit, discipline, and leadership. The university, in furtherance to its commitment to inclusive environment and the strength, participate in academic activities, enacted and implemented the Constitution of Student Bar Council. This stands as a milestone towards our commitment to empower students in shaping their academic environment and paving the path for student empowerment through democratic processes. The university successfully conducted elections for electing the office bearers conveners, and members of various committees of the Student Bar Council in October 2023. Central to our academic ethos is the Academic Code of Conduct, which has been enacted to define the standard of conduct for students and develop a platform for them to achieve academic excellence while maintaining ethical practices in teaching learning pedagogy. The code promotes culture of integrity and mutual respect among all. Further, in our pursuit towards academic excellence, the university has enacted and implemented various policies to create an environment conducive to intellectual growth and innovative learning. The first policy being the MNLU Nagpur Teaching Assistantship Policy 2024. The policy is based on the belief that senior students and scholars may play a pivotal role as teaching assistants, supplementing the core learning process by mentoring their fellow students. Furthermore, our commitment to ensure every student's success reflecting in MNLU Nagpur Remedial Classes Policy 2024. This policy aims to strengthen fundamental knowledge and provide remedial classes tailored to the specific learning needs of the slow learner and ensure that every student has the right guidance for academic success. The university has also taken a proactive step by enacting and implementing MNLU Nagpur Menstrual Leave for Students Policy 2024, which aims to create awareness, encourage a healthy lifestyle, and provide necessary support for the overall well-being of our female students. In the zeal to achieve academic excellence, the university has not forgotten the mental health of its students and employees. The university recognizes the need to promote mental health and well-being on and off the campus. Initiatives like celebration of International Happiness Day and organizing mental health camps, addressing stress and reflecting our dedication towards nurturing and creating a conducive environment. In our pursuit of creating a student-centric environment, we assist our students for financial matters to benefit from center and state sponsored scholarship, besides 2 scholarships offered by the university. The university has also received generous donation upholding the academic excellence in the form of gold medals and scholarship. I am glad to share with you all that today degrees will be conferred to 6 scholars of PhD degree program, 46 students of postgraduate degree course, and 105 students of undergraduate degree course. Congratulations to all the graduating students. I expect you all to believe in your capabilities while facing the challenges of life. You are equipped with the strong academic and ethical foundation which goes beyond textbooks. Each one of you has been nurtured to be ethical, compassionate, and socially responsible, and as you step in the legal profession, I encourage you and wish that you work with values and principles. I am proud of all of you and congratulate you once again. I extend a hearty appreciation to the faculty members and non-teaching staff for hand-holding and mentoring the students throughout their academic journey, and parents for reposing their faith in us. I once again express my wholehearted gratitude to the Honorable Chancellor of the University and Honorable Chief Guest for gracing the ceremony and blessing the graduates. Last but not the least, I thank all the dignitaries on and off the dais for gracing the second convocation ceremony of the university with their gracious presence. I would like to conclude my address by offering blessings to all the graduates and wishing them good luck for their future endeavors. I congratulate all the awardees and their proud parents. Jai Hind.
May I now invite Professor Dr. Vijender Kumar, Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University, to request His Lordship Honorable Shri Justice Bhushan R. Gavai, Judge Supreme Court of India and Chancellor of the University, to declare the convocation open.
Honorable Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to request you to declare the second convocation open.
I declare the convocation open.
May I now invite Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, to seek permission of Honorable Chancellor to present the candidates.
This convocation of the Maharashtra National Law University, Nagpur, has been called to confer the degrees upon the candidates who, in the examinations held for the purpose, have been certified to be worthy of the same.
Let the candidates for degrees stand forward.
Now I request Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, to request the Chancellor, sir, to administer oath to the candidates.
Honorable Chancellor, sir, please administer oath to the candidates.
Do you sincerely promise and declare that if admitted to the degree for which you are candidates and for which you have been recommended, you will in your daily life and conversation conduct yourself as worthy members of this university?
Candidates are requested to resume their seats. May I now request the Honorable Chancellor of the University to announce that the candidates be presented.
Let the candidates be now presented.
Now I request Dr. Ashish Dikshit, Registrar of the University, to present the candidates.
Honorable Chancellor, sir, I am honored to present the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, whose names are set out in the list. They have been examined and found qualified for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, to which I pray they may be admitted. Candidates taking the degree of the Doctor of Philosophy, please stand forward.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Chancellor, Maharashtra National Law University, Nagpur, I admit you and also the candidate in absentia to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in this university.
PhD Doctor of Philosophy in person, Avanika Ashwini Gupta. Jagdish Vamanrao Khobragade. Ila Ravi Deshpande. Ashwini Kelkar. PhD Doctor of Philosophy in absentia, Himanshi Babbar, Shivam Gaur. Honorable Chancellor, sir, I am honored to present the candidate for the degree of Master of Laws, whose names are set out in the list. They have been examined and found qualified for the degree of Master of Laws, to which I pray they may be admitted. Candidates taking the degree of Master of Laws, please stand forward.
by virtue of the authority vested in me as the Chancellor, Maharashtra National Law University, Nagpur, I admit you and also the candidates in absentia to the degree of Master of Laws, LLM, in this university.
1 year LLM postgraduate degree course, batch 21-22, Karmarkar Sumdev Ravi. Ketan Ravindra Khanke. Mashram Yogini Vijay. Pragyadish Vishwanathan Iyer. Pragya Vaishnav. Raut Mrunalani Subhash. Sayali Govind Satonkar. Shrutika Sham Gosavi. Sunil Vasnik. In absentia, Ayushi Raghuvanshi, Deshmukh Chandralekha Nitin, Harshneet Kaur Chawla, Vijay Mishra. 1 year LLM postgraduate degree course, batch 22-23 in person, Akolkar Sumesh Subhash. अपराजिता चक्रवर्ती, धर्मेश कुमार यादव, गौरांगी शर्मा, दिव्यांशी श्रीवास्तव, हर्षित विजयवर्गीय, हिमांशु तिवारी, खरात दीपक नामदेव, माधव कुमार, मंथन शर्मा, मिताली बद्रीप्रसाद चौरसिया, प्रियांशु कौरव, पुनीत शर्मा, राजेश्री विनोद चालक, सावरकर मयूर प्रकाश, साना मोहम्मद इकबाल सिद्दीकी, सैम मेहता, श्रुति मोहता, तरुण पांडे, उर्वशी, इन absentia अभिज्ञान महर्षि प्रतीक्षा वर्षे, Honorable Chancellor Sir, I am honored to present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Laws Honours, Batch 2018-23, whose names are set out in the list. They have been examined and found qualified for the degree of BLLB Honours, to which I pray they may be admitted. Candidates taking the degree of BLLB Honours, Batch 2018-23, please stand forward.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Chancellor, Maharashtra National Law University, Nagpur, I admit you and also the candidates in absentia to the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Laws Honours in this university.
BLLB Honours 5-year integrated degree batch 2018-23 in person Akash Narendra Chaloke. देश पांडे आर्य अतुल, गीते अभिषेक मानिकराव, ऐश्वर्या मेहता, धारसकर अंश पंकज, अनुजा, चौहान अपूर्वा धर्मनाथ, अर्जित भट्टाचार्य, आरुषि अग्रवाल, मून अश्मिरा कैलाश, अश्मिता श्रीवास्तव, अवनी जैन, आयुष रस्तोगी, आयुष यादव, भानुप्रिया राउत, भरत अग्रवाल, भूमिका शशिचंद्र जायसवाल, चिराग गुप्ता, रेपाड़े धनवंश्री रवि, एच गौर खड़े, गरिमा दरगार, परदेसी हेम नीरज, फटिंग हेमंत प्रशांत, झाकी हुसैन हमजा, इशिका नवीन पसीने, इशिका पटोडी, शीरसाट जानवी अमोल, कल्याणी काले, कंचन दशवानी, गिरिपुंजे कर्मण्य रवि, कार्तिकेय कुमार मिश्रा, कौस्तुभ वाजपेयी, कौस्तुभ तिवारी, कवन्या सुरोलिया, कीर्ति तापाडिया, अग्रवाल लिखिता सुनील, मानव शर्मा, मनीषा कालरा, मनोज माली, धोटे मृणालिनी दीपक, मुग्धा बड़गे, सॉरी, हरकेंडे निहार योगेश, ओमकार उपाध्याय, पलक माहेश्वरी, पार्थ जसवाल, पार्थ सिंह पनवार, प्रज्ञान तिवारी, प्राक्षी सिंह, बंसोड़ प्रवेश दिलीप, राहुल परिहार, वाकले रविराज तुकाराम, ऋषभ शुक्ला, ऋषभ श्रीवास्तव, रितांशा सिंगल, ऋतुराज, ऋत्विक त्यागी, रोमित भट्टाचार्य, रुचिर जोशी, रूपल रविंद्र नेमाने, ढेंगरे रुपेश सुनील, भोयर ऋषिकेश दिवारकर, सभ्यसाची दास, शरांश राची उमा पांडे, साबले संस्कृति मनोज, सौस्तो गुहा, शेरी शुक्ला, मोरे शिशिर सुधीर, शिवांश सोनी, श्रेया त्रिपाठी, श्वेता श्रीमल, गोस्वामी स्माइली अनमोल, सृष्टि निगम, सुकृति निगम, त्रिषा जैन, हिंगमारे उत्कृष्ट गजानन, नगरेज वैष्णवी सुनील, वत्सला पंकज, विकल्प वंगे, विकास कुमार, विश्वेंद्र, सौरभ बलवानी, इन अब्सेंशिया आकांक्षा पुरोहित, अनुभव लावण्य, आस्था त्रिपाठी, भुवन मिश्रा, गरिमा उपाध्याय, हर्ष चंदन, जितेश कुमार माथुर, चौहान परिधि विनय, परीक्षित शुक्ला, मेश्राम संजना अजय, सूरज प्रताप, विमल देव सिंह।
May I now invite Dr. Chamarthi Ramesh Kumar, Deputy Registrar of the University, for award of medals.
With the permission of the Honorable Chancellor, I wish to present the gold medal awardees. First from post-graduation level, The University Gold Medal for highest marks in specialization of constitutional law goes to Mr. Ketan Ravindra Kanke. I request His Lordship Honorable Chancellor to present the gold medal to Mr. Ravindra Kanke. Now coming to the gold medals at undergraduate program, Sri Hansa Devi Chudaman Patel Gold Medal, which was instituted by Honorable Sri Justice Jainaran Patel, former Chief Justice of India, Calcutta High Court, for the first position in the order of merit among female students, and Advocate B.G. Chaudhary Gold Medal for highest marks in the subject of jurisprudence, which was instituted by Honorable Sri Justice A.B. Chaudhary, former Judge, Punjab and Haryana High Court. The goes to Shreya Tripathi, and I request our Honorable Chancellor to present the medals to Shreya Tripathi. Thank you, Lordship. Thank you, Lordship. Advocate Binay Kumar Day Gold Medal for highest marks in the subject of property laws, which was instituted by Senior Advocate Kunkum Sirpurkar, High Court of Bombay, Bench at Nagpur. Then Senior Advocate C.S. Kaptan Gold Medal for highest marks in Family Law 1 and Family Law 2. Then Sri Hinesh R. Doshi and Company LLP Gold Medal for highest marks in the subjects of Taxation 1 and Taxation 2, instituted by Sri Hinesh R. Doshi, Chartered Accountant and founder partner of Hinesh R. Doshi and Company LLP, Delhi, goes to Shreya Tripathi. I request Honorable Sri Justice Vikramnath Sahab, the Chief Justice of the Convocation, to award the gold medals to Shreya Tripathi. Thank you, Lordship. Thank you, Lordship. Sri Hiralal Chodaman Patel Gold Medal for the first position in the order of merit, instituted by Honorable Sri Justice Jainaran Patel, former Chief Justice of India, former Chief Justice of Calcutta High Court, and Sri Chaganlalji Daga Gold Medal for the highest marks in the subjects of alternative dispute resolution and international commercial arbitration laws, which was instituted by Honorable Sri Justice V.S. Daga, former Judge, High Court of Bombay, goes to Saharshachi Uma Pandey, and I request our founder Chancellor, Honorable Sri Justice S.A. Bobde, to award the gold medals to Sahasrachi Uma Pandey. Thank you, Lordship. Srimati Sulabha Dharmadhikari Gold Medal for highest marks in the subjects of Constitutional Law 1 and Constitutional Law 2, which was instituted by Advocate Subodh P. Dharmadhikari, Senior Advocate, High Court of Bombay Bench at Nagpur, and Dr. Purushottam Lakshman Bhandarkar Gold Medal for the highest marks in the subject of Principles of Legislation and Interpretation of Statutes, which was instituted by Advocate Srirang P. Bhandarkar, High Court of Bombay Bench at Nagpur, and Dr. Jayashree P. Bhandarkar Nagpur, that goes to Sahasrarchi Uma Pandey, and I request our Honorable Chief Justice of Bombay High Court, Justice Devendra Kumar Upadhyay, sir, so please award the gold medal to Sahasrarchi Uma Pandey. Thank you, Lordship. Advocate S.Y. Sirpurkar Gold Medal for highest marks in the subject of criminal law, that is Indian Penal Code, which was instituted by Honorable Sri Justice Vikas S. Sirpurkar, former Judge of Supreme Court of India, goes to Mr. Ruchir Joshi, and I request our Honorable Chancellor, Sri Justice B.R. Gavai Sahab, to present this particular award to Ruchir Joshi. Thank you, Lordship. Advocate A.B. Oka Gold Medal for the highest marks in the subject of Code of Civil Procedure and Law of Limitation, which was instituted by Advocate Anand Suryakant Jaiswal, Senior Advocate, High Court of Bombay Bench at Nagpur, goes to Srishti Nigam, and I request our General Council member, Honorable Sri Justice V.S. Sirpurkar, former Judge Supreme Court of India, to award the gold medal to Srishti Nigam. Thank you, Lordship. Advocate Sri Lakshman Rao Khapre Gold Medal for highest marks in the subject of family law, which was instituted by Advocate Ravindra L. Khapre, Senior Advocate, High Court of Bombay Bench at Nagpur, goes to Mr. Onkar Upadhyay, and I request our General Council member and Academic Council member, Honorable Sri Justice A.S. Chandrukar, sir, to present the award to Mr. Onkar Upadhyay. Thank you, Lordship. Lakshmi Narayan Gold Medal for the highest marks in the subject of administrative law, which was instituted by Honorable Sri Justice Dhamma Sheshadri Naidu, former Judge of High Court of Bombay, goes to Avani Jain, and I request our General Council member and Executive Council member, Honorable Sri Justice N.W. Sambre Sahab, Nitin Sambre Sahab, to present the award to Avani Jain. Thank you, Lordship. The University Gold Medal for the best student for overall excellence among the female student goes to Shreya Tripathi, and a request Honorable Shri Justice Anil S. Killor, Member of General Council, Executive Council, Finance Committee and Building Committee, to present the award to Shreya Tripathi. Thank you, Lordship. The University Gold Medal for the best student for overall excellence among male student goes to Sahasrarchi Uma Pandey, and I request our Honorable Chancellor, to present the gold medal to Sahasrarchi Uma Pandey. Thank you, Lordship. Now I will read out the gold medals in absentia because these students could not come up to the convocation because of their professional engagements. Shri Senior Advocate Shri K. Deshpande Gold Medal for highest marks in the subject of law of evidence, which was instituted by Honorable Shri Justice Ravi K. Deshpande, former judge of High Court of Bombay, and Advocate T.B. Mirza Gold Medal for highest marks in the subject of criminal law, which was instituted by Advocate Firoz Mirza, Advocate High Court of Bombay, Bench at Nagpur, goes to Garima Upadhyay in absentia. Advocate Gunwant Rao Garote Gold Medal for highest marks in the subject of intellectual property rights, which was instituted by Honorable Shri Justice Avinash G. Garote, Judge, High Court of Bombay, and Shri Padmankar Keshavarao Pandey Gold Medal for highest marks in the subjects of Constitutional Law 1 and Constitutional Law 2 among female students, which was instituted by Advocate Atul P. Pandey, President High Court Bar Association Nagpur, goes to Astha Tripathi in absentia. Then the last one in absentia is Sri Shiv Kumari Mishra Gold Medal for the highest marks in the subjects of Law of Contract 1 and Contract 2, which was instituted by Senior Advocate Surendra Kumar Mishra, High Court of Bombay, Bench at Nagpur, goes to Anushka Arora in absentia. Thank you, Lordship.
Today we are privileged to be graced by the august presence of His Lordship Honorable Shri Justice Vikram Nath, Judge, Supreme Court of India, and the chief guest for the convocation ceremony. His Lordship enrolled with the Bar Council of Uttar Pradesh on 30th March 1987 and was elevated as the additional judge of the Allahabad High Court on 24th September 2004 and took oath as the judge of Allahabad High Court on 27th February 2006. His Lordship was elevated as the Chief Justice of the Gujarat High Court on 10th September 2019 before being elevated as a judge of the Supreme Court of India on 31st August 2021. His Lordship was the first Chief Justice of a High Court in India to live stream court proceedings on YouTube during the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. I humbly request Professor Dr. Vijender Kumar, Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University, to invite His Lordship Honorable Shri Justice Vikram Nath, Judge, Supreme Court of India, and the chief guest for today's convocation ceremony to deliver the convocation address.
Honorable Shri Justice Vikram Nath, Judge, Supreme Court of India, sir, I have the honor to request you to deliver the convocation address.
A very warm good afternoon to everyone present here in this function. Honorable Chancellor of the University, Maharashtra National Law University, Nagpur, Mr. Justice Bhushan R. Gavai, Founder, Chancellor, and Professor Emeritus of the University, Mr. Justice Sharad A. Bobde, Pro-Chancellor of the University, Mr. Justice Devendra Kumar Upadhyay, Chief Justice, High Court of Bombay, brother and sister judges of the High Court of Bombay, respected, retired, and former judges of the Supreme Court and the High Courts all over the country, Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Vijayendra Kumar, members of the statutory bodies of the University, distinguished faculty members, esteemed guests, graduating students, their families and friends, ladies and gentlemen. I am extremely delighted to be here as chief guest at the second convocation of the Maharashtra National Law University, Nagpur. Let me express my deepest gratitude to my elder brother, Justice Gavai, who gave me this opportunity, and also thank the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Vijayendra Kumar, to invite me for this grand and solemn event. I used to travel to Nagpur quite frequently when I was in my teens, at least 2-3 times a year. That was a time when my father believed that his son had grown up enough to travel alone. I used to come by an overnight bus from Allahabad to Nagpur and stay here with my sister for a couple of days or maybe a week and then return. It used to be a frequent affair. Till the age I started my profession in about 24 years, in 1987. Then there would be less time, so the traveling also reduced. I'm talking of good old days when, as a student, we had enough time while studying law to travel around and spend time as per your convenience. Today it's very different. I feel bad for all of you, the graduating students, that you have to put in so much of hard work, first to qualify the CLAT and then work throughout for 5 years with attendance, grades, regular classes, and everything. I had never dreamt in my life to be delivering the second convocation address at this prestigious law university. I feel privileged. Once again, I express my gratitude. Before I begin today's address, I want you all to take this opportunity to congratulate yourselves for achieving this milestone, to celebrate your law school journey, and for embarking on your professional journey. Let's call upon a big round of applause for each and every graduating student present today. I want a lot of nice to come up. Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip! Thank you. At this juncture of your life, I am sure you must have been repeatedly told about how you are entering the real world. But I ask you, what is the real world we keep referring to? Is it about becoming a professional? Is it about taking on more responsibilities? Is it about not being a student anymore? Most importantly, is it about having a fixed 5-year plan that you are going to execute? Well, my dear friends, I have a spoiler. Life is full of surprises, some good and some not so pleasant. Whatever you may be thinking of planning may not work out as per your plans. On some days, you may even abandon your plans and find yourself embracing an opportunity you may not have anticipated. In all of this, remember to embrace it all. Put your best foot forward and make the most of every experience. I say this with first-hand experience of my professional journey and how I entered into this profession, not working out as originally planned, and yet every experience leading up to this opportune moment of motivating nation builders of tomorrow. Let me tell you that I always wanted to be on the high seas. I wanted to go into the merchant navy when I was young in class 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. At that time, T.S. Rajendra and the captain's examinations used to take place after class 11. I could not succeed despite my best efforts. I failed. Then I thought, let's become an engineer. I tried for engineering. There also, they did not give me admission. So I joined the university with graduation with physics, mathematics, and defense studies. My maternal grandfather was a professor in the university, so my mother always wanted me to become a teacher. So ultimately, when I landed up in the university, was doing my graduation, I thought I'll pursue that. And maybe I'll do a master's and then PhD and then take up a job as a teacher. But God had better plans for me. And my father, who was a lawyer, I am like the third, fourth generation lawyer, he somehow managed to convince me, pressurize me, and put all kinds of pressures that I should take up law. So after completing my graduation with science from Allahabad University, I just was compelled to study law. So I went to Lucknow, Allahabad, admissions were closed. So I joined a college in Lucknow and did my law from there. Never thought that I would be here at this time after so many years. But then, that's why I said, you don't know what's there in store for you tomorrow. So be prepared for whatever it comes, accept it with grace, and give your best to whatever you do in life. Convocation is certainly a memorable occasion for a student, as it marks not just a successful completion of academic program, but also your entry in the outside world. It's the end and the beginning at the same time, but this is not where your learning ends. This is where it truly begins. Some might take up the traditional role of litigators, some might take up a role at law firms, while some of you might pursue in academics, and some may choose to be on the other side of the bar. But in every role, you will continue to read, learn, and apply the law, with every task being an opportunity to broaden your horizons in this ever-evolving field of law. I will be shortly sharing a real-life experience as a lawyer, and therefore, after hearing that story, that real-life incident, my request to all the law students who are passed out and who are studying, and if they are here, that one must put in some years as a lawyer in litigation, because there is the real fun, the real challenge, and the excitement and the rush that you feel. Later on, you can decide to diversify and change your line, but then a few years of practice is what I suggest. So this is how this story goes. Allahabad High Court has two very distinct judgments. One of unsettling the Prime Minister of the country in 1975, when Mrs. Indira Gandhi's election was declared illegal. And secondly, in 1997, when a dismissed Chief Minister was restored back in 48 hours. So in 1975, I was not a part of the institution, but of course in 1997, I had a major role to play, and that's the experience I wish to share with all of you. It's really interesting. I will excuse myself by requesting the Honorable Chancellor that the time allotted to me is 15-16 minutes. I will extend it. I have the permission of the Vice Chancellor and the Chancellor. Thank you very much. So it happened like this. In February 1997, as you all know, Saturdays high courts are closed. But in a year, 1 or 2 Saturdays high courts open in order to accommodate vacations or sometimes some holidays declared under the Negotiable Instrument Act. Then the Chief Justice has to make arrangements because we have to have a fixed number of days of working. So that Saturday it was working in February. I was working as a junior with Mr. Yatindra Singh, who was then Additional Advocate General of the State of UP. Later on he became a judge and retired as Chief Justice Chhattisgarh High Court, now practicing in the Supreme Court. And his father, Shri V.K.S. Chaudhary, who was earlier the Advocate General of the state. So on that Saturday, my senior wanted to go to his native place. But there was a first appeal going on Friday, hearing matter, so which could not be concluded. So the judge said that, Mr. Singh, you can't leave this matter, you have to continue it tomorrow and finish it. Now, my senior requested a couple of times, but they just said nothing doing. The matter is almost over. Tomorrow you will get your time and you complete it. So, my senior cancelled his program and stayed back. Now, Friday evening, the court got over. We came home. Again, we will go in the morning for Saturday. Around 4:30, I received a phone call from my senior. Vikram, where are you? I said, at home. So he said, जैसे हो वैसे ही चले आओ ऑफिस. So I said, sir, what has happened? No, you come here, then I'll explain. I don't have time. Just rush. So of course I went to my office. His residence and office was the same place, about 300 meters, 400 meters from my place. Now there I saw the local MLA, Mr. Narendra Kumar Singh Gaur from the BJP. He was there, and a lot of other unknown faces were there and a lot of activity going on. So I said, what has happened? So we came to know that at that time Kalyan Singh was the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. And the opposition was trying to somehow or the other dislodge him, which comprised of Samajwadi Party and other minor opposition parties who wanted to unite together and throw out Kalyan Singh. So they had approached the then governor, Mr. Ramesh Bhandari, with some representation and some signed letters of the members of Legislative Assembly saying that we don't have trust in the present Chief Minister and we want a change and we are supporting so-and-so XYZ. Now the apprehension was that the governor would administer oath to the leader of the opposition and dismiss Kalyan Singh's cabinet. So we had to immediately file a writ petition. So my senior told me, all right, Vikram, you draft a petition. I had no idea what is this, the Chief Minister is being changed and something is happening. We had never done this kind of work before. We would be dealing with petitions of service matters, rent control, criminal, this, all this. But restoring a Chief Minister or restraining the governor from proceeding further in the matter was something very new. I said, Bhaiya, mujhe kuch nahi hai malum. You tell me what to do, what to write. All right. So we had a very good, efficient office, computerized and everything, and we could use the computers then in 97. Our chamber was one of the first one to have those computers. So he said, all right, you sit and I'll dictate you type. So the work started. We started drafting the petition. He dictated me a few paragraphs and they said, you add this, you add this, you add that. And we did. Now, Saturday evening, there is no court available. And we had to get immediately some interim orders. Otherwise, in the evening, the Kalyan Singh was to be thrown out and the new incumbent would be sworn in as Chief Minister. So the senior judge available then at Allahabad was Justice R.S. Dhawan. So after getting the petition ready, we went to his residence at about 7:30, 8 o'clock and requested him, my lord, please hear this matter, there is extreme urgency. He said, I will not hear it. The regular bench who is sitting in this roster will hear it in the miscellaneous bench. So that was a bench comprising of Justice Biren Dixit and Justice D.K. Seth. So he said, all right, I will mark it to that bench, but the urgency will be decided by that bench. I am not deciding, and you can approach the Justice Dixit at his residence. So around 8:45, we reached Justice Dixit's residence. And we requested him, sir, this is the agency and new Chief Minister is going to be sworn in and this petition may be rendered infructuous thereafter. So he would not agree with us and he said, no, there is no urgency, we will hear it on Monday. Even if you succeed ultimately, we will restore it back. Status quo ante will be restored. So we insisted. Justice Dixit would not agree. So then something struck and we said, Ki, my lord, but you are sitting singly, this is a division bench matter. Please call Justice Seth also. At least the bench should sit and decide whether there is urgency or not. So then Justice Seth was called. Around 9:30, Justice Seth also came. Anyway, the hearing started. It continued for about an hour. In the meantime, the other side came to know that we were there pressing for a petition. And the oath at Lucknow was getting delayed. It ultimately took place around 11:30 in the night. Anyway, till then the other side was also there. And they started objecting, a copy should be provided to us and give us some time to file objections and this petition cannot be heard and all that. The matter continued. It was about 12 o'clock. In the meantime, oath was administered. In the meantime also, we were getting letters from MLAs and we were filing supplementary affidavits. It kept on and on. So, finally, the arguments got over at around 1:30 or 2 a.m. And by that time, there were hundreds of people outside the residence of the Justice Dixit and press and media, everyone was there. So the judges requested us, ki, please wait outside, we'll have a discussion and then get back to you. At around 2:30, we were given an order in which Justice Biren Dixit said, put up this matter tomorrow, that is Sunday at 10 a.m. in court. And Justice Seth said, the status quo ante at the time of filing of the petition be maintained. So now one judge had signed the order of stay and the other judge had only adjourned it. So a question arose amongst all the parties as to what is the effect of this order, whether there is a stay order or not. Now interestingly, there were people, always who are sitting on the fence and wanting to know who's coming to power, then they would immediately jump on the left side or the right side. So phone calls started coming to us also and to the lawyers from the other side. Okay, where should we go, whether there is a stay or not, who is the Chief Minister, whether Jagdambika Pal has become the Chief Minister or Kalyan Singh is continuing as the Chief Minister. Now, so much of confusion going on. Anyway, around 3:30, we sent the fax message to Lucknow that this is the order passed, matter will be heard tomorrow. In the meantime, Mr. Jagdambika Pal had been sworn in as Chief Minister. So Sunday, whole day, the matter continued. I believe all of you must have heard about S.R. Bommai's judgment, which talks of testing on the floor of the House, whether somebody, Chief Minister, has a majority or not. So that is the judgment which was being read by the other side. They wanted 2 days' time to continue the matter, and in the meantime, they would get their cabinet also sworn in and they would have been able to get over their numbers. And we were keen that the matter should conclude and some order be passed so that if there is an adverse order, we go to Supreme Court, or otherwise, if we get a favorable order, they will go to Supreme Court. Now the whole Sunday, the matter continued in court number 36. Court number 36 was also the court where Indira Gandhi's judgment was delivered by Justice J.M.L. Sinha. So around 6 o'clock, the hearing concluded on Sunday. Then again, the matter was to be taken up on Monday at 10 a.m. Mr. S.P. Gupta, very eminent counsel, now is no more, was arguing the matter for the other side. And he wanted to read Bommai's judgment, that's all. It runs into hundreds of pages and you can continue reading for a week. It will never complete. So on Monday morning, what happened, that when he started again reading that judgment, so Justice Seth started asking him some questions. Mr. Gupta, this is your point. Yes, my lord, all right, accepted. Then what is your second point? He would argue for 10-15 minutes. Again, he would say, this is your point. And he ultimately had to, Justice Mr. Gupta had to, just stop. He had no other point left because Justice Seth accepted everything. Around lunchtime, his arguments got over. So after lunch, we were given half an hour to argue. We were in a hurry. We didn't want to argue anything. Bommai's judgment was there and nothing more that we could argue. That let the governor hold a floor test and let it be decided. Let the speaker hold it. Governor may direct. Why should the governor administer oath? And if oath has been administered, let him prove it in the house, floor of the house. So half an hour we argued, and the bench rose and said, all right, in an hour we'll come back, we'll discuss and decide what is to be done. Around 3:30, the bench came and we got an interim order, status quo ante be maintained. So Kalyan Singh again got reinstated as Chief Minister. Now the interesting, apart from this, the further interesting part starts. Now the state plane which had come from Lucknow to Allahabad, carrying the law secretary and other officers, now had come on behalf of the new Chief Minister. Now he had been ousted and Kalyan Singh had come again. So he was now to take us to Delhi, because the other side had already mentioned in Delhi for filing an SLP against this interim order. So I was informed that 5:30 the state plane will take us to Delhi. So we packed our bags, uniforms and everything, and we sat in the plane. It first landed in Lucknow. The law secretary got down, and some papers were to be collected from there, and then the flight took off around 7:30. We reached Lucknow around 9 o'clock. It was a state plane, a small plane, and we could see from the windows the lights of Delhi. And very clearly, these small planes fly very low, and as it is, they were nearing Delhi, so it had descended. Now we could see the lights of Delhi very clearly. It was month of February, no fog, nothing. Pilot said, "Sir, visibility is very poor, we can't land." So we said, "But we can't find any visibility issues. The lights are very clear, we can see." He said, "No, sir, we are not getting clearance from the ATC." So I told my boss, there is something wrong. If it was a car or a other vehicle, I could have driven on road, but I can't fly, so we have to depend on what the pilot says. Now imagine 9:30, we returned back from Delhi to Lucknow, and we were again left at Lucknow in the night at 11 o'clock. The reason was the people on the other side never wanted us to land in Delhi. They wanted to get an interim order in our absence. And we were the lawyers who knew everything about the case. Well, I'll not take names. The then defense minister was the person responsible for all this, but ultimately came out anyway. So we came back to Lucknow. Then next morning we flew to Delhi. The matter was mentioned in the night, but Justice Anand, the then Chief Justice, declined the request. He said, "All right, tomorrow morning at 10:30. The matter was taken up in the first court at 10:30. Jam-packed. Mr. Soli Swarabji was appearing for us. Other side, his battery of lawyers were there opposing us. Mr. Arun Jaitley was there. Mr. Adarsh Goyal was there. And the matter was taken up. The one question which was asked by the bench was whether Mr. Kalyan Singh gave in writing to the governor that he had the majority, and if a floor test is held, he will prove that he is in majority. If he had given this in writing, then it's all right, we will consider. Otherwise, we are staying the High Court order. Now, we were the only persons, we had all the records. And there was a letter from the then Chief Minister to the Governor. We took that letter and we showed it to the court. It was in Hindi. Neither Mr. Swarabji nor Mr. Jaitley could translate and explain. So ultimately, my senior, Mr. Yatin Singh, explained to the court, translated it and read it out in English, that this is the letter which says. Then Supreme Court directed that all right, there should be a floor test on Thursday with both the Chief Ministers, the outgoing and the incoming, to prove their majority. So it happened in the first time that majority of two was to be tested in the floor house, in the house. So we came back Thursday. We again, after the floor test was held, Kalyan Singh won by a definite majority. We again went to Delhi by plane, and then we took all the papers from Lucknow, and on Friday the matter was taken up, and ultimately that petition got disposed of, that Kalyan Singh continued to be the Chief Minister. Now, this experience of 1 week, I believe I hardly had time to sleep for 2 hours or 3 hours in the night, and most of the time we would be working on papers and preparing affidavits and preparing our arguments, receiving documents from the other side, traveling to Delhi, coming back, attending court regularly. So what I wish to tell you is that the excitement that you get in this profession, and at times you have to put in very hard work, and maybe you forget what you have to eat and you have no time to sleep, is an experience which lives with you for a lifetime. So we got Kalyan Singh reinstated in less than 48 hours. This was the story I wanted to tell you. We are led to believe that the essence of legal profession finds its real character inside the courtrooms. While that may not be true, but it is not limited to that. It is heartening to see the ever-increasing arena of opportunities in the legal profession in today's day and age. As a forever student of law, the world is really your oyster, but at the same time, it is only human to be confused about where your expertise truly lies. So do not be afraid of exploring, because each experience will be an opportunity to learn while on your journey to finding your best self in this sea of opportunities. Whether you choose to take the road less traveled or the one often walked upon, always remember that as a legal professional, you are duty bound to uphold the constitutional values and the core principles of justice. As the future of this country, I urge you to never forget that law is not just a profession, but a medium to ensure justice and impact people's lives. I'll tell you another short incident as a judge, which has still, in my heart, and I always feel. And whenever I remember that case, I get emotional. I'll tell you what. It's a small case, I'll just tell you. Police sub-inspector, while on duty, they were chasing some criminals, met with an accident and died. Now he belonged to a rural background. His father was a farmer having some land, and his mother also. They were old. Now in the government setup, there's a lot of babudam, red tapeism, everything you all know. So those parents of the deceased police inspector were not getting the terminal dues of their son who had passed away, and whatever benefits they were entitled to. For 6 years they had been litigating. They filed one petition, a direction was issued to decide representation, then it was decided in their favor, they filed, it was not complied with, then ultimately they filed a contempt. And the police headquarters at Allahabad was unnecessarily harassing them for some technical objections every time. So I was sitting in contempt jurisdiction in Allahabad, and this matter came up before me. So when I heard the facts, I got very furious. I got very annoyed, upset. So I called the Director General or the Inspector General who was handling this administrative part. He came and I said, was he your officer? They said yes. Has he died in accident? On duty? Yes. Then where is the problem? No, I will see and come back. Humne kaha nothing doing. You have to get this payment made within 3 days, and those parents will not come to your office once. You have to make sure that you send your staff to their residence, get the necessary signatures, whatever documents you want, whatever account details you want, get them done, and within 3 days, if you don't pay, I am going to frame charges on the next date. Now I tell you, after 3 days, they made the payment, they came back. The lawyer who was appearing was a very senior lawyer and very sober person. So after about a month, he came to my chamber and asked for my secretary to meet me. So I said, call him. So Mr. Gautam, I still remember his name, Mr. Prakash Gautam. He came to my chamber and he started weeping. I said, sir, what has happened? Why are you embarrassing me here like this? So he said, sir, the order that you have passed and the efficiency which they have shown and the payment that they have made to the poor parents of that deceased officer, they want to come and meet you. I said, no, why should they come and meet me? The matter is already over. Bole, no, nothing. Your matter is over. You got the payment, the petition has been disposed of. but they want to come and bless you in person. I said they would be wasting their money and coming here. But still they came, despite my saying no. And I could see those two old parents who had lost their son on duty, and they were harassed for 6 to 7 years in getting their son's benefit. So that day, and he gave me a very nice note written, and those parents wanted to touch my feet and gave me a lot of blessings. I said, your blessings are there with me, thank you very much. They got them gold from Western UP, from there they lived, and something else, some mithai, which I graciously accepted. So I tell you that you as lawyers, you as judges, whatever you do in life, compassion, sympathy has to be an integral part in all your working. Make sure of that. Today marks the end of your law school journey, and it is only natural to feel nostalgic since the time spent and experience gained at your alma mater truly leave an indelible mark for years to come by. I can say it with confidence that these are fond memories you will always cherish, but along with them, there are always learnings from your time here that you must carry forward in your professional life. This finish line is actually your springboard into many milestones you are yet to achieve. It is no surprise that this comes with a lot of anxiety and anticipation. Though there is no shortcut to success, but a pocket guide always comes in handy. Legal fraternity is not just a term used to refer to the legal community, but it is a feeling of being a family that is always welcoming of new members. So, for anyone feeling daunted by the magnanimity of this profession, always remember there is no dearth of opportunities and support for those willing to learn. However, you must always be grateful and respectful to your seniors, kind to your juniors, and accepting of your peers. Never be afraid to confess if you don't know something. Rather, be open to learning from each other. Remind yourself that the ticking time bomb is merely an illusion, and you hold the steering wheel of your own journey. You must have heard that law is a jealous mistress and requires long and constant courtship. While this is true, and I would not deny the hard work required in this field, but I would also urge you to not limit yourself to your work and cultivate hobbies that help you relax and enjoy the finer things in life. Also, I want you to look around in this auditorium and realize that these are the people who have supported you, and you must not forget to spend time with them while you are busy chasing milestones. As demanding as any role in this field can be, I have always made it a point to regularly devote some time to playing badminton, table tennis, carom, chess, reading books, watching movies, listening to poetry, both Hindi and Urdu, and most importantly, spending some memorable times with my family and friends. Over your life, you will have a passion, a mission, a profession, a vocation, maybe more than one. Some of these things you choose, some choose you, but do not let any of it consume you completely. With that said, there is a lot that we also get to learn from your generation within and outside the court. I recently learned from my law clerks working with me about your Iraq. I said, what is this Iraq? They said IRAC. I said, what is IRAC? So it's, I believe all of you know, I is issue, R is rule, A is analysis, and C is conclusion. So I said, this is exactly what we are doing. So, but you know it from before, we do it as a, mathematically. हमने कहा अच्छा. Method of answer drafting and argumentation being used by students in law schools. I was surprised by the formal discourse of this approach, even though this is something that this older generation has been intuitively following. This is one of the many instances where the new generation of lawyers has been polishing their skill set for this profession from their early days in school itself. This is further complemented by the interdisciplinary research methodologies that the students are encouraged to adopt throughout their academic curriculum, which I have seen them replicating in their professional endeavors as well. This reinstills my confidence in the coming generation to better understand and present the nuances of law. You all have so much of experience in moot courts and everywhere. When I went to court, the High Court the first day, and I was given a fresh matter to argue, my hands were shaking. I was literally frightened of entering the courtroom. My senior said, go, argue. I said, sir, dar lag raha hai. No, you have to. And I see law students coming in high courts and supreme courts and arguing matters. I am so shocked. So our learning was very different than what your learning is today. You all are blessed. You studied in such good institutions where you get so much of opportunity to learn, both practical and theoretical. So the first case I was telling you, I went ultimately and argued the matter. The judge dismissed it. So I was a little upset. My senior was sitting next to me. He was trying to tell me, say this, but I literally froze. Anyway, we came out. Then suddenly some lawyer came from inside the courtroom and said, Vikram, judge is calling you, court is calling you. I said, what happened? I went inside. So I don't know how the judge got a little, sympathy for me. He said, all right, young man, this is the first case you are arguing. I said, sir, yes. So he said, all right, admit issue notice, stay. So that is what my memory of first case is, how I handled the first case in court. And whatever I'm telling you is all truth and nothing but the truth. At the end of the day, it is your innate humanity that should be the guiding force in your journey. Whatever job you take up, your work should never be devoid of a common man's touch. Always remind yourself that whatever we do, we stand for the common man. To put it in perspective, a recent study shows that the top 10% of the Indian population holds 77% of the nation's total wealth. As the future of our democracy, it is the remaining 90% whose trust in the justice system we must protect and uphold. We, the people of India, bear the responsibility to preserve the integrity and sovereignty of our nation as promulgated in our Constitution. It was our forefathers' visions that are interwoven to form the fabric of this country called India. As you step out of the boundaries of your law school, you must remember that you are responsible not just as citizens, but are also duty-bound as legal professionals to hold our tricolor and the Constitution in high stead. No matter what role you take up, anything that costs you your integrity, boys, make your lives extraordinary. Before I conclude my address, I would like you all to take a moment to appreciate your families for their unwavering faith in you, and your faculty, whose discussions were never limited to the legal text, was also imbibed in you the compassion for justice, thereby shaping your opinions. This calls for a round of applause for your pillars of strength. Please give a big hand to your parents, your teachers, your friends, and everyone. On this note, I wish you a life full of learning and laughter, of ample success and satisfaction, of undying hope and patience, and of good health. Give me 2 minutes more. I have some couplets to recite. I hope you guys are not getting bored, no? काम करो ऐसा कि एक पहचान बन जाए, हर कदम ऐसा चलो कि निशान बन जाए। यहाँ ज़िंदगी तो हर कोई काट लेता है, ज़िंदगी जियो इस कदर कि मिसाल बन जाए, मिसाल बन जाए। परिंदों को मिलेगी मंजिल एक दिन, ये फैले हुए उनके पर बोलते हैं, वही लोग रहते हैं खामोश, अक्सर ज़माने में जिनके हुनर बोलते हैं। मुश्किलों से भाग जाना आसान होता है, हर पहलू ज़िंदगी का इम्तिहान होता है, डरने वालों को मिलता नहीं कुछ ज़िंदगी में, लड़ने वालों के कदम में जहान होता है। एंड द लास्ट, यही जज्बा रहा तो मुश्किलों का हल भी निकलेगा, ज़मीं बंजर हुई तो क्या वहीं से जल भी निकलेगा। ना मायूस हो ना घबरा अंधेरों से मेरे साथी, इन्हीं रातों के दामन से सुनहरा कल भी निकलेगा, सुनहरा कल भी निकलेगा। Thank you everyone for tolerating me for so long. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you, Lordship, for your inspiring anecdotes and enlightening words. We are immensely blessed to be graced by the august presence of His Lordship Honorable Shri Justice Bhushan R. Gavai, Judge, Supreme Court of India and Honorable Chancellor of the University. His Lordship enrolled with the bar on 16th March 1985 and practiced primarily before the High Court of Bombay bench at Nagpur. His Lordship was Standing Counsel for Municipal Corporation of Nagpur, Amravati Municipal Corporation and Amravati University, and was appointed as Assistant Government Pleader and Additional Public Prosecutor for High Court of Bombay bench at Nagpur in January 2000. His Lordship was elevated as Additional Judge of the High Court on 14th November 2003 and became a permanent Judge of the Bombay High Court on 12th November 2005. His Lordship was elevated as a Judge of the Supreme Court of India on 24th May 2019 and has been a guiding light for the University as its Chancellor since April 2021. May I now request Professor Dr. Vijender Kumar, Vice Chancellor of the University, to invite His Lordship Honorable Shri Justice Bhushan R. Gavai, Judge Supreme Court of India and Chancellor of the University, to give his concluding remarks and declare the convocation closed.
Honorable Chancellor, Maharashtra National Law University, Nagpur, sir, I have the honor to request you to deliver concluding remarks and declare the convocation closed.
My esteemed colleague, Honorable Justice Vikramnath, the founder, Chancellor of the University, respected Sharad Bobude, the Chief Justice of the Bombay High Court, Honorable Justice Upadhyay, my esteemed colleagues on the dais, Justice Chandurkar, Justice Sambre, Justice Kilo, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University, the Registrar of the University, the members of the different statutory bodies, my esteemed colleagues, past and present in the audience, Shri Paridat Pandey, the Chairman of Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa, Shri Ashish Deshmukh, Shri Atul Pandey, the President of the High Court Bar Association, Shri Roshan Bagde, the President of the District Bar Association, Shri Rahul Pandey, the Information Commissioner, all the learned senior advocates present here, the members of the bar, the members of the registry, the faculty members, the students, their parents, their families. I also see in the audience Dr. Gajbhai, the Dean of the Government Medical College, and friends. A very good morning to all of you. After such a enlightening address by my colleague, Justice Vikramnath, I'm not going to be here for long. I'm basically here to thank everyone in the making of this university. The dreams which we had seen in 2017, the seeds of which were born in 2017, and in the last 6 years, we have progressed substantially. As all of us know that it was Justice Shirpurkar, the then Chief Justice of the then Supreme Court Judge, when the then President of India, Pratibha Patil, had come to the High Court for one of the functions. He raised a demand in that function, and then thereafter, the momentum for National Law University to be at Nagpur, it started. Finally, it fructified in 2017 when Justice Bobude was appointed as the first Chancellor, and thereafter we started in the premises of the Judicial Officers Training Institute in the civil lines. As we progressed, we came to a rented building in Mihan, and now we are fortunate enough to have our own building in this beautiful campus. Many have contributed in this journey, and I'll be failing in my duty if I fail to record my gratefulness to them. Of course, we all started with the motivation of our first Chancellor, Justice Bobde. Initially, Mr. Sakarkar was the registrar, and then when the plans were to be prepared for this campus, Mr. Ahuja is present here. We almost worked for one entire summer vacation preparing the plans in the building of Jyoti. And thereafter, with the active support of the government of Maharashtra, the then Chief Minister Devendraji Fadnavis, and thereafter, even during the period of Honorable Shri Uddhav Thackeray, who was the Chief Minister, we could achieve today what we have achieved. The contribution of the bureaucrats, the different secretaries of the different departments, like the Public Works Department, the Finance Department, the Higher and Technical Education Department, the collectors, the guardian ministers of Nagpur, earlier Shri Bawankude and later on Dr. Nitin Raut, it cannot be forgotten. And of course, this could have been possible only with the full support of the High Court Bar Association. It is only on account of the various orders passed in the public interest litigation pertaining to National Law University, many things could be moved. And therefore, I take this opportunity to express my gratefulness for all those who have contributed in the journey of last 6-7 years. I take this opportunity to congratulate all the students who have been awarded PhD, all the students who have been awarded LLMs and who have been awarded the LLB degree. This is the second convocation. In the last year's convocation, the Honorable Chief Justice of India, Dr. Chandrachud, was present amongst us. Friends, as Justice Vikramnath has recently pointed out, that you are fortunate enough that you are getting a totally different education as compared to what we got. In our days, law was a last choice. It used to be said that whenever one doesn't get admission, he'll go to law. And as Justice Malifat Law Commission stated that those days law schools were nothing else than the factories for producing half-baked lawyers, who would be nothing else than the parasites of the society. Now, the things have changed. When we come to the moot courts, at times, a question that we ask ourselves, yesterday only one of our learned colleagues, Justice Nagaratna, has stated that there should also be teaching institutes for lawyers. And looking at the performance in the moot courts, I always used to feel that some of the lawyers should be given training by the students in the moot court. Justice Nath has shared his experience. When I passed out my law in 1984, it took around 6 months for me to understand that I had learned nothing in the law college. When I joined the profession, I was asked by senior to go and get a password before Justice Lentin. And facing the court first time I went and I said, Your Lordship should adjourn this matter. Justice Lentin was a very pleasant personality. He said, Young man, what did you say? I said, Your Lordship should adjourn the matter. He again asked, Young man, please repeat what are you saying? Your Lordship should adjourn the matter. Then somebody came near my ears and said, don't use word should, use may. And then I corrected myself and said, Your Lordship may kindly adjourn the matter. I laughed at me, yes, young man, that is the way that should address. And so we basically learned when we were watching the arguments of our seniors, when we were assisting them, and it was a continuous process of learning. Here you are fortunate enough that not only you have an expert faculty, but you are fortunate that you are taught by the persons of eminence who have, by sheer dint of hard work, reached the pinnacles of their career. You have a professor emeritus in the nature of our founder Chancellor, Justice Bobde. You have a distinguished professor in the former Chief Justice of India, Honorable Justice Lalit. You have now the professors of practice, Justice V.P. Dharmadik as the Chief Justice, Justice R.K. Deshpande, Justice R.C. Chauhan. So you are really fortunate. At this juncture, I must also record my appreciation for the efforts by the administrative judges at Nagpur, be it Justice R.K. Deshpande and the former Chairman of the Executive Council, Justice Shukre, who, after I shifted to Delhi, took the reins himself and assisted by Justice Chandurkar, Justice Samre, not Justice Samre, but Justice Samre was at Bombay now. He has taken over the reins from Justice Shukre and Justice Kilor. The responsibility as the Chairman of Executive Council and as the Chairman of the Building Council were passed on by me to Justice Shukre, and now it's being passed on to Justice Samre, and Building Committee directly to Justice Kilor, who continues to contribute immensely in the development of the institution. I once again congratulate you. The law is a profession which demands many things. Since Justice Vikramnath has shared some of the experiences in her personal life, I am also not in a position to resist temptation of sharing, not many, because I think I have so many experiences, and maybe after next 21 months, I will have time to pen them down. But as Dr. Ambedkar said, that a lawyer is not only professional, but he is a social reformer. He can do many things for the society. And as the law graduates, I am only sharing 2 experiences just to tell you how the profession of law and how the work of a judge is so satisfying, so fulfilling. I had become a government pleader in 2000, and we had a very dynamic judge at Nagpur, a very respected person. I still respect him a lot. He passed an order that all slums in Nagpur should be demolished within a period of 7 days, failing which the collector would be personally responsible for contempt. The then Chief Minister, Shri Vilasrao Deshmukh, was traveling in Wardha for an election canvassing, MLC's election. So he immediately telephoned me. He said there will be a lot of law and order situation, lot of problem. How can lakhs of citizens be dishoused within such a short period? So he said, I'm flying back to Bombay, so please come to airport, we'll discuss. So I told him that as a lawyer, I don't go to a litigant, even though he may be Chief Minister. But then a meeting was arranged. He said that this order has to be immediately stayed, otherwise it will create an havoc. So I told him, if you go by your government machinery, it will take time and the period is very short. So he immediately rang the then Chief Secretary, Mr. Ranganathan, and asked him to issue a GR that Mr. Bhushan Gavai, government period, is given all authority to do all the things necessary in this matter. I flew by the first flight to Delhi. We got an SLP prepared. Mr. Justice Shinde was the then government lawyer at Delhi. And we also took Mr. Shivaji Dadav, who was a friend of mine, as another advocate on record. We got the SLP prepared within a day. It was circulated, and we had engaged Mr. Harish Salve, and taking into composition of the bench at that time, one of the other senior lawyers, I won't name, because Harish Salve was an extremely busy lawyer, so if he doesn't turn up, we must have somebody as a substitute. The matter was called on the first occasion. Neither Mr. Salve were present, the second counsel was present. A password was sought by Mr. Shinde, by Mr. Jagdish Shinde, and the password was granted. When we were sitting in the third row, myself, then next to me was Justice Shinde, next to him was Mr. Shivaji Dadav, and next to him the second counsel. So we got perturbed. So I asked Justice Shinde. Justice Shinde said in the Supreme Court only two passwords, one password is granted. On a second password, the matter has to be worked out. So I turned to my right. The substitute counsel had also vanished. And Justice Shinde said, "Ki आता काही नाही, आता तुम्हालाच argue करावं लागेल." Fortunately, I argued that matter before the Supreme Court. Justice Patnaik was the head of the bench. Within 2 minutes, we got the stay. And that satisfaction of saving the millions of people from being dishoused, which I got, cannot be expressed in any words. So this is what a lawyer can do. Another experience is as a judge. There are many experiences, but I think I'll pen them down after November 25. I was at Bombay. The then Chief Justice, Naresh Patil, he called me and he said, Bhushan, there is a problem in Nagpur. What is that? He said the Chief Minister had come to me and said one of the benches at Nagpur has directed demolition of around more than 1,500 religious places, and if something is not done, there will be again a law and order problem. So he said, you have to go to Nagpur for some time. I said, okay. So I came here because changing an order passed by another bench was also difficult, because we always say that you cannot sit in an appeal over a coordinate bench. But somehow the solution could be found And that satisfaction of saving more than 1,500 places of religious worship belonging to various religions, be Muslims, be Christians, be Hindus, be Buddhists, again, that satisfaction cannot be expressed in any words. So I will just tell you, gave these two examples just to tell you how rewarding and how satisfying the legal profession is here. On the 28th of January, when we completed 4 years of the Supreme Court and entered into 75th, I had an occasion to speak on that occasion, since now I come in first 3, to say that it is only because of Dr. Ambedkar's constitution and Dr. Ambedkar that a person like me, who has started his schooling in a municipal school situated in a slum area at Amravati, could reach to this position. So therefore, I'm only telling you that if you have a desire, if you are willing to put hard work, if you are willing to have full devotion, if you are willing to do your work with industry, then nothing is impossible. Many of you can reach the pinnacles of height one could never imagine. The law has given so many presidents to India, speakers of Lok Sabha, the ministers, and no doubt the eminent lawyers, eminent judges. So while congratulating you, I'll only wish you all the best, but keep this in mind that it is only hard work, only dedication, devotion, which will pay you. My learned brother pointed out that integrity is a noble virtue that you must always keep in mind. So while congratulating you, and before I declare the convocation closed, I am again tempted by Justice Nath to say one couplet. Your hard work, your dedication, your devotion will pave a way for you. No doubt that the destiny plays an important role, but not without your hard work, not without your devotion. And therefore I recite a couplet of Allama Iqbal. खुदी को कर बुलंद इतना, खुदी को कर बुलंद इतना कि खुदा तकदीर से पहले पूछे, खुदा तकदीर से पूछे कि बता रज़ा बता तेरी, बंदे बता तेरी रज़ा क्या है, बंदे बता तेरी रज़ा क्या है. So be charter of your own destiny, reach the highest positions that you deserve. Thank you. I declare the convocation closed.
Thank you, Lordship, for your blessings and words of guidance. May I now request all the dignitaries on the dais and the members of the audience to rise for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
I request request all members of the audience to remain standing for the retreat of the academic procession. After the academic procession leaves the convocation hall, dignitaries and graduates are requested to assemble outside the hall for a group photograph. I repeat, dignitaries and graduates are requested to assemble outside the hall for a group photograph, and all other invitees are requested to proceed for lunch.